Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel Tea&Art. I hope you all are well. So let's start today's video. So today I am sharing with you this new product that I received from a company named Lightwish, and I'm so excited. So let's unbox first. So I got these amazing UV resin bottles, and it's by company Lightwish, and they asked me to try their UV resin. So I'm up for the challenge because these are colored UV resin, and I actually use UV resin and I dye the UV resin myself, and it takes a lot of time. So these are ready to use colored UV resin. So let's open the box. So upon opening the box, I can see there are big bottles and they are 50 ml. And so I was so happy to see that. Usually the UV resin, color UV resin are very tiny bottles, but these are really big, and I'm just checking the colors now. So I got the blue one, the white one, and this is Majestic Eggplant, light blue, this is pink, purple, and we got a gray. So I haven't seen gray. There might be out there, but this was really enjoying to see. So this is standard green, and then I got the orange, and I got these nozzles. When I will be removing the cap, I will be applying the nozzles. So these are some of the details for this resin. Everything is explained. So it comes in a set of 8 colors. So let's start. So this cat mold is really my favorite. I really love how all the cute cats are there. So I will be going with different color combinations here, starting off with this green, orange, and purple. And I have opened the bottles and I have attached the nozzles. So now I will be pouring my first color. So I will be trying to do the colors that complement each other. And here we see that the purple is such a vibrant and beautiful color, and I can see the consistency is also amazing. With the help of a silicone tool, I'm just spreading my resin. So that I fill up all the corners. And now I'm adding the pink color. So I really can see how vibrant this pink color is. And after that, with my silicone tool, I'm again just managing to see any air bubbles or any place that is empty. That's it. And I'm just filling it up. And after that, I will be adding a little bit of purple onto the end of the tail. And rest I will be filling this up with the red orange. Oops, I dropped it. No accident happened, and I'm happy there is no mess. So the red orange is a sort of a peach orange color, but I will see when it cures. And now on to the second one. I will be using this Majestic Eggplant. So as I pour this resin, it's sort of a dark blue color at the moment, but we will see how it turns out when it's cured. And now second color, it will be the light blue. And for the third color, I will be using this pink again, because this is such a beautiful color. Again, I'm just letting you know that I'm using colors that complement each other. But these all colors are so beautiful. I think whatever color I use, they will go best together. And now I will be making the third one. I'm using a little bit of heat gun just to settle everything in place. And I was just thinking of color combinations that can go again a bit different, but best. So I might use the purple again because I'm just loving it, how pretty it is. So just confused between the majestic and the purple, so I'm going with the purple here. And this time not going in a end, I'm starting it from the center. I'm just so happy that these bottles are so big. So now I'm using this standard green, and such a pretty green color this is. Love it. And again, you can see that purple and green, they are best. So I have a discount code available for you all if you like to treat yourself, and they are available in USA and UK. I will link both of them in my description, so please do follow, and if you like to treat yourself, please do. And now I'm going with the red orange. So here I was deciding that I might add a fourth color, but I thought no, it will be too colorful. Not that too colorful is pretty, but I just want a balance here. That's it. And for my last one, before that, I'm using the heat gun again, just a little bit, just to settle up everything in place. That's it. And for this little kitty, I'm thinking of a color combination, but then I thought, I don't think so. I'll just do one color this time. As I have used less green in the other projects, now I will be doing this kitty in green color because I love how really tender green this color is. So this much is enough. And also I wanted to let you know that I didn't fill up the molds full. They are halfway because I will be adding some extra embellishments. So that's why they are not filled fully. So one thing that I learned new about UV resin is that when you're working with UV resin, you don't put it under the UV light straight ahead unless you're in a hurry. Otherwise, sometimes people get some lines and some shrinkage. So they say that you just leave your project for 5 minutes away from sunlight so that the resin settle itself. Then you put it under the UV light. So, and also use in less quantity, meaning don't fill up the molds. So these are few tips that you can do, and the result will be perfect with the UV resin. For this green one, now I was talking about the effects, I thought I will be adding this fantasy film to the green one, just for adding some fun and texture. So I'm just wrinkling up my fantasy film just so that I get more colors out of it. So these are just the nicks and knacks that I got left over from the projects. I keep them so you can see in this way I'm using them. So no wasting here, it's a win-win. So now I will be just cutting the shape, and I will be putting up into the resin here. I think it needs a bit more cutting. It's really going complementing with the green and a little bit on the head area. Meanwhile I'm working, you can see I have my rest of the resin is settling a bit. So I did add fantasy film into this one. For one, I'm thinking of doing some sort of interference powder. So I have a blue interference powder I've shown you and some purple UV resin, and I'm just mixing them. So here I'm just picking up a little bit of the resin and I'm making swirl in this cat just to make some interest. So I'm making just some swirls in the cat here. So just adding a little bit just to give it some dimension, and after once I'm happy I will leave that. So now I'm just filling this green one up. And a little bit of heat gun. And just checking up on this swirl that I added, because this is now going under the UV lamp, so these are the final touches. So now it's going under the UV lamp. So excited. So I will be doing these one time on the top, and then I will be changing the position, and I will be doing the bottom as also under the UV light. So it's done one time, and now I will be pulling them out. So here I will be adding some embellishment to the cats. So these are my moon cats. So they will be having some crescent moon on them. So I will be doing a bit of speeding here. So I decided to add some glass crystals into the cats. Not too much, just a little bit here and there. And after that I'm using UV resin by Diction, and this is going to be the top coat, and it will hold everything in place. Here I'm just checking up for the spots if there are left any after the torch. They are going under the UV lamp now. So I did do the back side as well. So I'm just demolding them now. And also one thing more I'm doing here is I am adding my finished pieces of UV resin into the water so that I don't get any sticky stuff. Apparently this is a technique that where UV resin cured really well into the water. This is something I don't know what it's a science behind it. So here we go, they are resting into the water. And now I will leave these for some time and I will be doing a second project. And the second project is that I wanted to try the white and gray color that I have in the kit. And I really wanted to see, and I was thinking what I could do with that. I ended up with doing the marbling technique. First of all, I will be opening my UV resin. So I was thinking what different I could do. So I decided to add a little bit of alcohol inks. So both are open now and I will be using this brass alcohol ink. I'm going a bit metallic here as I'm going with the marbling. So that's, I thought, why not add some sort of metallic effect. So this is really an experiment. I don't know how this will turn out, but I had this in my mind, so I had to do it. So I'm just going with these two colors only. So this is how I'm adding the white, and then I will be adding the gray as well. Some white, some gray, just to create the lines and marble effect. So with my heat gun, I'm just blowing it so that everything gets mixed up. And I will leave this cat to cure under the UV lamp. So first one is done, and for the second one I added a bit of pearl alcohol ink and I'm adding a gray one only here. And on to the third one, I will be adding copper alcohol ink, some white and copper alcohol ink. And with my dotting tool, I'm just mixing up a little bit of the copper into the white. And under the UV light, it goes again. So meanwhile they are curing, I will be removing these out of the water. So I applied a little bit of UV resin on top of this blue one and I cured it partially. So now on top of it I will be adding this nail foil that I will be showing you. It's a silver holographic nail foil. So if you do like this, the nail foil transfer itself onto the UV resin, and this is such a lovely technique to add effects to your art projects. So it's simple UV resin. I just cured it a little bit halfway through. So you can see how the nail foil has transferred itself. So it's turning into something really fun here. So I did use a silver holographic foil for, yeah, I know that I always use a golden one. So I'm using a golden one on this one, just a hint of it, not that too much. And you can see it has been transferred. I really don't want to overtake the colors because they are so pretty on their own. And after that, I will be doing the third one. And just apply a little bit of copper foil onto this cat, a hint of it. So this is my copper foil and I'm just applying it. So these are all done now and I will be putting them under the UV light for the last time and then on to the next project. So these were the next one that I made. So I just want to let you know that I totally forgot to cure them from the other side. So hence I got, and also I got a bit of big hole in this cat. So this happens when you don't cure on both sides. I wanted to show you that it's my mistake, and as I have mentioned that I have explained in my community tab that I had some projects that were ruined. This is totally my mistake. It's not any of reason because I had to cure it on both sides. So this one came out perfect, but those two they need because they had some ink in them. So I will be putting these under the UV light now so that they get cured. So as soon as I saw this area in the cat, I thought, wow, I will make a shaker out of this. So I added a moon here and I'm adding some crushed golden glass inside here. So shakers are something that I never tend to make them right. They are always wrong. So I didn't have hopes high for this one also. The moon and the crushed glass, and I will be adding UV resin onto the sides. To that I will be topping it with the transparency sheet. So I don't have high hopes here. If it turns out good, I will be happy. If not, then I can't do anything because I told you that I'm not good at making shakers. So I'm putting the transparency sheet and to me it looks perfect, but let's see what happens. So I will cure this under the UV light so that the transparency sheet stick itself. So here I am arranging my moon onto this one. So let's see how the shaker turns out. So at the moment it's looking good. My crystals are shaking. So here when everything goes wrong is that I did the top coat and the resin seeped into the shaker area and it was totally the end of the shaker. But it's okay. I'm still happy that I got to add some effect into the cat in a different way, instead of just throwing it away as it had a huge area into the cat. And after that I left it to cure, and I will take you to the next step now when they are all done. So this is how they all are done, and now I'm drilling holes into them to use them in different ways because I could show you them these are done, but I do get asked a lot of time that what are we going to do with them. So I'm showing you some of them turning into different things like necklaces, key rings or brooches, but with the rest you can do whatever you like to do with them. So I'm extra careful here while drilling the hole, so please do take care when you're doing that. Safety first. So after drilling, I will be showing the final products to you. Let's see. So this is the gray one, and this is how I turned it into a necklace here. And this is the pink one, and I added my petri dish effect heart into the keyring as well. So this is how I changed into the keyring, and this is another keyring. I kept it simple. And for this one, I couldn't understand what would I do with it. I thought I'll just make it into a brooch. Just love how the holographic is looking. And then this cuteness turned into a brooch as well because it's so pretty, and I added a little bit of glitter to the final result. So this is how I attached the brooch with the help of a glue. Just love how this one turned out, so beautiful. The gray is so pretty. I did add the gold ink, the pearl, into this one. And this is the one with the copper. So both sides are so pretty. This is the front side and this is the back side. It has a little bit of marbling on the back. And I do love this other side also. So again, I was confused what I will be doing with this one. So I left it like that. There are so many options. So I just showed you some of them, that how I turn them into jewelry items. And the green one is coming up, the one I told you about. So this is how I turned it into the necklace, and by adding this code. So this is as a group photo how they all turned out. So I'm just loving how amazing these UV resin are, plus the bottles are so big, and there is a discount code available in my description both for USA and UK, so you can treat yourself. And I'm loving how the fantasy film is speaking out of it. So I showed you two types of cats here. I made some fun colorful one, and I made some one with the gold and white and some gray for having that classic look.